What's going on, folks? This is Coach Marcus for Pro Fan Talk post game after the Eagles take the victory out of SoFi. Don't call it SoFi, call it We Fly Stadium. And they make it happen. Jalen Hurts played a phenomenal game. Defense played a phenomenal game. That is what I've been looking for. Offense and defense have just dominant. It took the defense a half to wake up, but they got it done. They got it done. Great adjustments in the second half by our defense because they basically shut Stafford down. Stafford looked unstoppable. Him and Cooper Cup. Props to Cooper Cup, man. For him to go from the couch to game speed like that. Now you could tell towards the in the fourth quarter he kind of lost his legs. He lost his pop a little bit, but that's just like I said before, it is very different or very difficult to go from the couch to game speed. Very difficult to do. So, but he still balled out, man. I'm trying to look at his stats right now. I got the sheet, individual stats, receiving. Cooper Cup, 118 yards, man. 12 targets, 8 receptions, 118 yards. Longest was a 39-yarder. But called it right on the money. I called it a couple days ago that I predicted that Dallas Goedert would have 8 receptions, and he did, 117 yards and a touchdown. That's the way to use your weapons. A.J. Brown, 127 yards. Devontae Smith, 6 receptions. He's 6 for 6 with targets, though, man. He's efficient, but just not nowhere deep. We missed Quez Watkins in the end zone that one time. Um, Jalen just wasn't looking in the right direction. When you're rolling out to the right, it's hard to look back left, and he was locked on Devontae Smith. So it is what it is. But Puka Nakua even had a good game, 7 for 71 and a touchdown. That's still a daggone good game. What my rushing look like? 17 for 70. I can live with that, man. Jalen Hurts ran the ball. Those 15 carries. Um, I'm okay with that. There was a couple of call runs that I was like, eh. But again, when you win like we win, I'm nitpicking. I'm nitpicking. Mike Allen, we are the greatest. I see you, bro. Mr. Mayor, I see you, brother. That was a great win, man. That was a great win. Mike, we are not the greatest yet, but we're working on it. We are a week to week team. This is the first week that I've seen both sides of the ball at some point in the game be dominant, and we put the game away when we had to put it away. Um, I was a little upset we didn't convert that one. We should have just went ahead and kicked the field goal, but I understand trying to run out the clock. And then our defense did what our defense does. Hassan Reddick shows up in a big way. I told y'all, stop listening to all the media heads who don't watch tape. And just because the man hadn't had a sack doesn't mean he was productive. Sometimes you can make a play without making a play. But today he got home back to back to back. That was incredible. That was an incredible sequence for Hassan Reddick and just made up for lost time. And you just gotta, sometimes you gotta add water and mix, man. Sometimes it just don't happen that quick, man. Mayor, we are 5-0, bro. 5-0. And this is, I would say, in my opinion, you let me know what you guys think. This is the first time that we've had a game, like I said earlier, that we dominated. The second half, we dominated. First half, defense was a little iffy. And that was frustrating. Watch Cooper Cup hit us with slant after slant after slant. Like, you got to be able to adjust to that. Because they were chewing up the middle of the field again. And we are going to continue to see that going forward. Now, we might face some other teams that can't do it as well. But still, man, I don't want to be busted. This today was the first game where I thought Bradbury and Slade looked showing their age a little bit. Showing their age a little bit. But at the end of the day, you show up when you got to show up. Where's it as far as the offense and new scheme started making sense? Yes. Um, yeah, I was happy. Finally, they got the ball to DeAndre Swift on the outside on pitch plays, and we saw success with it. We saw success with it. I was a little embarrassed because I tweeted out a couple times like, can we get DeAndre Swift outside on the pitch? Because the Rams did it and they got like 8 yards on it. I was like, see what happens when you run your running back outside? And then the first time we pitched to him, he slips for like a 1 yard or 2 yard loss or something like that. So I was like, wah wah. But in any case, um, we used him right. Let me see. Hold on, I just had a tweet come in. Let me see. Jalen. This is from Josh Tolentino on Twitter. Jalen Carter said he studied Matthew Stafford film for a duration of the team's 5-hour flight from Philly to LA. The emphasis was seeing how quickly Stafford got the ball out and having the mindset that he wanted to be even quicker with his pass rush. Carter had a big sack today. I believe he had 2 sacks today. Let me see. Let me see. Interceptions. No interceptions. Dropped a pick. Um, Where's my defensive stats? Eagles lineup substitution. Did not play. Not active. Visitor. Final individual statistics: rushing, passing, receiving, receptions, punting, punt returns, kickoff returns, fumbles. Yeah, one forced fumble that we didn't recover, and where the defensive stats at, man? Good lord! What? I mean, here we go. Here we go. Blankenship had 5 tackles. Nick Moreau had 4 tackles, 1 assist, um, and a tackle for loss. So Slay had 4 tackles. Jalen Carter had 3 tackles, 1 assist, 2 sacks. Yep, 2 sacks for 12 yards. Man, that's a good game. That's a good game. Zach Cunningham was in on three tackles, or 4 tackles rather. Um, and Hassan Reddick, did he get? Okay, he got credit for 2 sacks, not 3. So, but still, man, that's the way to show up, man. And that's the way to show up when it matters. Hassan Chronicles of Reddick, man. Chronicles of Reddick. That's what I'm talking about. On the Fletch, Hassan Graham tutoring, man. Yes. Jalen Carter is gonna be that dude. 2 tackles for loss. Yep, I just saw that. Thank you for the edit. Eli Ricks, 2 tackles. I was hoping for something a little bit better than him, but I'll take what I can get. Roby had 1 tackle. I didn't think Roby was gonna be ready. I mean, I'd have to go back and look at the tape to see exactly what he did. He didn't give up nothing big, so, and I didn't hear his name called, so that's a good thing. So when you coming off the street like that, the only time they call your name is when you're getting burned. So Goodrich, couple of assists. Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis didn't register a tackle, 1 assist. Huh. Blankenship is coming up. And what is it? I noticed this today. Let me know if y'all saw this, man. What is it? It was one time I think Nick Moreau had a running back. We had him for a 2 yard loss, and I don't know what it is, but everybody. It seems like at the pro level, everybody comes in high, and I don't understand that. Nolan Smith. I don't think Nolan Smith had one. It was in on 1 tackle, 1 assist. That's it. And I guess that's a half a tackle or something. But yeah, he got credited for 1 assist. But yeah, his name hasn't been called. His name has not been called. Nice work, Bill. Bill who? Who are you? Oh, that's Manefra. What's going on, bro? A win is a win, dude. A win is a win. So we still got some stuff to work on. You noticed when Jalen Hurts throws that interception. That is the same exact play that he threw the pick on against Washington. Same play, back shoulder throw, corner the front pylon of the end zone, and I just don't think that was a good ball. The one he threw against Washington, that DB just made a hell of a play. He just made a hell of a play. This one, I thought it was a bad ball. It should have went to the back corner, but I think he was locked in, and they were trying to do what they would do, and that to me that just looked like that was a good job by the Rams defense in watching film on what they do, because he was in the right position. So um, that was to me that was film study, all film study. Everyone comes in high, everyone's friends. No one wants the injury stigma. Absolutely, absolutely. So Mayor? Are you talking about that for Nolan Smith? Same play last week. Yep, back corner. Yep, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, Quez. See, here's the thing. I wish he would have saw Quez, but he was already locked in. When Quez drops back, he was all out. He was already. He was locked in on Devontae Smith. If he would still be scanning, he would have found Quez. But it is what it is. You got to have that because I still think that is the one, I guess, issue. I don't even want to call that a nitpick because that's not a nitpick. Our red zone offense is still suspect, in my opinion. Like, if we don't score from 10, 15, 20 yards out, I got worries that if we get inside the 10 and 15-yard line, can we put a play package together that'll be effective? And it seems like we struggle with that going to the end zone because everybody's doing the same thing. They do that mud rush. When I say mud rush, all the linebackers sit back. So if you're on the 10-yard line, all the linebackers sit back right between the 7 and the 10-yard line, so every zone is covered. So those throws got to be perfect. You would ask. In the pros, why does everyone come in hot and high? It's a whole league. Yeah, dude, I do not. I don't know. I do not know. When I played, they wasn't having that. You got ran smooth the hell over if you came in hot like that. And I was a running back, but I shoot. Imagine them one of them DBs coming in on Herschel Walker or somebody high like that. They would get smashed. So they didn't do it. And even if you were like I played with Mark McMillan, Mini Mac. Mac was a small dude, so he wasn't trying to come high. So somebody that size trying to go up against Herschel, that's bad business decisions. So what they would do was try to take the legs out. And I don't understand what it is with these modern day cornerbacks. Everybody comes in high, and if you come in high, you got that. There's more chance that you get called for illegal hit to the head or something like that. So, yeah, man. Everybody, the more they try to get rid of the horse collars, um, if they're gonna call a horse collar, then maybe they should call stiff arm. You can't stiff arm to the face mask because I saw that one against Blankenship, and I agree. Little G 5-0, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Um, it's not dying, but now because of the way camp is, and they don't bang in camp, it takes about 3 or 4 weeks to get your tackling form down. Everybody's making the big hit. I remember that game last year against Dallas in Dallas, where um, we had Dak Prescott dead to rights. I think it may have been that 3rd and 35 play where they converted. Where was it CJ that came in and got his hands on him and hit him high, and Dak's a big dude, and CJ just couldn't get him down, and Dak powered that throw and got that. I think it was the play before that. The play before that, he should have been sacked, and we didn't get the sack. So I don't know what it is about this technique where everybody comes in high. Not used to seeing that before. So, but it is what it is. But we gotta tighten that up. We gotta tighten that up. Um, but yeah, man, we 5-0, 5-0. So it'll be very interesting. Can't wait for the Dallas game tonight. Um, that's gonna be a good game. I'm predicting that San Francisco is gonna win that game. But now I feel a lot better. I still think that San Francisco is the best team in the NFC, and now I would put the Eagles number two. If the Eagles continue to play like that, we're not far behind San Francisco. And the only reason I'm putting San Francisco because San Francisco's clicking on both sides of the ball. Dallas is not. Dallas is clicking on defense, but not necessarily offense. but their offense is not making any mistakes either. So, but we can drive down the field. Jalen's throwing the ball. We can run the ball. So we got the complete package. So, in my estimation, uh, we are 1-1A. And I'll give San Francisco the nod because they hit that stride earlier. So nobody's gotten to Brock Purdy yet. We can complain about him doing his dink and dunk, but when you dinking and dunking the CMC, it is my prediction that if Christian McCaffrey stays healthy all year, he will be the MVP this year. But when you throw on the ball to CMC, Debo, Brandon Ayuk, pick your poison. Because I said the same thing about us. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert finally got involved. So they spread it around. You saw that Devontae Smith had a little bit of an attitude today. So I don't know what the conversation was, or, sometimes when you do you call it forcing the ball when the guy you're throwing the ball to is always open? I mean, that's his Twitter handle, always open. So, like, what do you do? What do you do? Because my prediction this year was that A.J. Brown was going to have more yards than Devontae Smith, but Devontae Smith would have more touchdowns. That was my prediction. Because it seems like A.J. Brown is always getting the hard yards. He's getting the crucial catches and taking off. And A.J. Brown is coming across the middle, getting all of the yak yards and stuff like that. But it seems like A.J. Brown, when he get those crucial catches on the sideline, he's bobbled about 3 or 4 of them. That could have been big plays, but again, nitpicking, and I ain't gonna nitpick, man. Can't do it. So Jalen Hurts ended 25 for 38. I'm looking at the TV right now. 25 for 38, 303 yards, a touchdown, and a rushing touchdown, and a pick. A.J. Brown, 6 for 127. And, yeah. So we had a good day. Let me see if I can see what his passer rating was. He had a good passer rating today. It was like almost as high as it could be. Uh, Not even sure if it'll have it on here. Jalen Hurts. Let's see. Passing. 87.9. At one point, it was higher than that. Much higher. At one point, he was like at 138 or something like that. So it probably goes down. The statistics of it go down. I guess when we was running the ball so much, and you take a couple of the sacks. It is what it is. Is what it is. So we getting it done. We getting it done. We getting it done, man. Turn this off right there. So, but that's what I wanted to see, man. And thank goodness, finally, feel like The Rock. Finally, we got through with a clean game. No injuries. We've needed that for a long time. A clean game. No major injuries. You can't get through a game without somebody getting dinged up. It happens, and that's okay. No major injuries. Finally. So hopefully we can keep that momentum up until we get into the bye week. Check out my handy dandy. Next week we have Miami. Nope. Next week we have the New York Jets. The New York Jets is not a layup. Let me repeat. The New York Jets, that is not a layup. Their defense is good. Zach Wilson has been playing better. So we do not have layups on our schedule. I don't care what their record says. Everybody is going to give us their best effort. Everybody. So we got to come correct, do what we're supposed to do, and handle our business. Right? We just got to handle our business. And now I heard him say this on the broadcast a couple times. Now Jalen Hurts is looking like what he did last year. And what people tend to forget, I've said this a couple times, Jalen Hurts had to learn another offensive scheme. I believe that's his seventh or eighth since he was in college. And this is what, his fourth year in the league? So yeah, this is his seventh. Out of 8 years and 4 years in the pros, he's had 7 different offenses to learn. I believe that is correct. Learning an offense is hard. So you see all of the miscommunications and things of that nature the first 3 games. And then games 4 and 5, he settled down. And now, I say this all the time, you don't, when you're on the field and you don't think, it makes a huge difference. When you can go out there with muscle memory and you know what your player is going to do, um, makes all the difference in the world. If you got to think about what the play is, you're already half a step behind. So he's crossed that threshold where the offense is familiar to him and he's got it like snap, snapping. He's not thinking no more. And you can tell, you can look at his play. You can look at his play. Now we got to get our defensive secondary there. Almost there. They played a lot better. I really want to hear Sean Desai's press conferences this week so we can talk about the adjustments they made at halftime. So because that first half of football, let me see, do they have that broken down? Team stats. Man, our time of possession was just deadly. We led every quarter with time of possession. Look at that. Y'all see that? Y'all see it up here? Does that help? Nah, that don't help. It looks even worse. So the first quarter it was 8:24 to 6:36. Second quarter it was 10:15 to 4:45. Third quarter it was 9 minutes and 11 seconds to 5:49. And the fourth quarter it was 10 minutes and 5 seconds versus the 4 minutes and 55 seconds that LA had the ball. That is incredible. We had the ball for 37, almost 38 minutes. 37 minutes and 55 seconds compared to LA's 22. That is incredible. That is matriculating the ball down the field. That is ridiculous. Mayor, that is absolutely ridiculous. And that is how you grind out a win. That's how you grind out a win because they can't stop that. And you know what? They can bitch, moan, and complain about our brotherly shove, QB sneak, all they want to. We gonna run it till they stop it, and they can't nobody stop it. And the NFL is full of crap if they think that it's an unfair play. And anybody that complains about it, if you're gonna be mad, you're gonna be mad by yourself. The fact that our quarterback can squat 600 pounds and you can bring that safety or that linebacker over the top and you still can't stop his leg drive. Doesn't matter. Don't matter. So that's up for y'all to figure it out. Um, hey, keep it moving. A whole quarter advantage. Dude, when you say it like that, that's crazy. A whole quarter. That is crazy, dude. That is crazy. Oh, Docs. Lost my chat. Bam. Oh, I didn't see that. What happened with Josh? They tried to push him over the top, but Josh Allen is like 6'5". He shouldn't have no problem going over the top. Let me see. I didn't see that play. I'm about to look for that um in the replays and stuff, in the highlights. Dude, that is an incredible stat right there. We'll be talking about that all week. That is an incredible stat. So props to all of the props to the Eagles, first of all, and all of the naysayers. Picked up off the ground, standing straight up. I got to watch that play. Did that just happen? I definitely got to watch that play. That's funny to me. So, oh, I feel so much better. Like that was what I was waiting to see. 3 for 3. Offense showed up. The defense showed up. The OC and the DC showed up. And we got through with a clean game. So I guess 5 for 5 if you want to call it like that. But man, those are the type of stats that truly tell what's going on. Yes, sir. Yep, that is the stuff that matters. Quick question. What's the question? Is there a dominant team in the NFL as of week 5? Uh, as far as in the NFC, it's got to be us in San Francisco. As far as the AFC, I don't know. That's a great question. Baltimore, no. Arizona, no. Falcons, no. Buffalo, no. Carolina, no. Cincinnati, no. Chicago, God, no. Cleveland looked good today, but no. Dallas, no. Denver, no. Detroit, no. Houston, no. Green Bay, no. Indianapolis, no. LA, no. Jax, no. Minnesota, no. Kansas City, no. New Orleans, Vegas, Giants, Chargers, us, Dolphins, San Fran, Patriots, Seattle, Jets, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, Washington, Tennessee. No. The only two dominant teams are these two teams right here, the Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. Because both of them are undefeated. And now you can't say the Eagles ain't played nobody. Really? Nope. That's why I went through them, just to be sure. Just to be sure. So, because the Vikings gave Kansas City all they could handle today. So, you never know, man. But hey, that's why you got to play the game week after week. Um, week after week. Eagles have no layups, and like I just said, we gonna get the New York Jets' best effort next week. We should have no problem with them. We should be able to put Zach Wilson on his behind, but we better be ready to play on offense because them boys are no joke. They got a good defense. But the Niners play a team that could do it. Who? Dallas tonight? That's correct. But based on what I've seen, and I got to give Brock Purdy his props because I didn't know if Brock Purdy how he was going to come back mentally from that uh, from that injury. The Jets is yes, no. We go to the Jets. We go up to the Meadowlands. So we going into Giants country. So and nobody's worrying about the Giants anymore. It'll be curious as if their $40 million man is going to be the starter at the end of the year because Daniel Jones looks god awful right now. The Jets is away, so but we'll take over that. We don't mind that color green. We'll take care of it. But it's still two pretty good teams fighting for the NFC hierarchy. Yeah, I'm with you 100%, man. 100%. So, but they gotta ball up. They gotta ball up. So, expect to hear some chatter from Eagles haters, especially Cowboys fans, about the interceptions from Jalen Hurts, and it was some stuff they were talking about on the broadcast about uh, Jalen Hurts when he threw that pick and how Sirianni was on him, and I'm like, clearly y'all wasn't paying attention to last year, um, just trying to make news about it. Because somebody said on Twitter, like, yeah, the Eagles don't. Eagles don't respect Jalen Hurts or something like that. It was like, stop it, stop it. You don't even make sense. You can tell when people say that they don't follow sports. They follow the highlights and the media heads. So, yeah, I'm excited. This is a good year, and we're looking like the scheme are making sense. I agree. I agree. It's always a process. It's always a process. And what people don't realize is everything changes all the time during the season because every game is its own entity. Every game is like its own little season. Because on the plane ride home, LA back to Philly, they watching tape of the Jets. And they gonna watch to see what the Jets did today and go from there. So yeah, he a fiery coach, man. He got that ego and yeah, he's that dude. And I don't mind that. Cause my only criticism of Sirianni is he's one of those type of coaches, and I know it's almost like an Italian stereotype that he is very loyal to his guys and stuff like that. But I'm like, you can at this level in the NFL, you cannot put loyalty over performance, in my opinion. You can't do that. Oz should be in there instead of Quez, in my opinion. Olamide Zaccheaus is better than Quez Watkins at this point. Again, in my opinion. So I would like to see him make decisions like that a little bit better. If we're in the red zone, and I keep saying this and I keep trying to drive this point home, anybody that has watched me and my videos know how I feel about Kenny Gainwell. Love that dude. That dude is a baller, and he should be on the field. However, when we are in the red zone, DeAndre Swift should be in the game. Point, period, end of paragraph. They should not switch. I know they have packages and all that kind of stuff. I want the best player at the position in the game when it counts the most. So in the red zone, you got to leave DeAndre Swift in there. You have to. You have to. And quiet as kept, I think we would have been a better team keeping Trey Sermons instead of Rashad Penny, because Trey Sermons can pass block. Trey Sermons was 6'2", 215. He can take on a linebacker and put some body on him. We don't have that with Gainwell and Swift, and for the same Penny. Penny's a little bit bigger, like heavier, but still, Penny's still, you talking 5'9". So we would have been better served to have Trey Sermons for pass blocking. I'm okay with that. So, we just gotta we got some things that we gotta clean up. We still didn't play mistake-free football, and that's a good thing. Um, and to be 5-0 with room to grow, we haven't peaked as a team yet, but the offense looked very good, with the exception of that one mistake by Jalen Hurts. Other than that, defense looked great. For the most part, Jalen Hurts has done a good job of keeping the ball and not making turnovers, but um, the other guys on the other side of the ball get paid too. So that's going to happen. We just got to minimize it. So my friend is a Eagles fans and not an Eagles fan, but she's a Vikings fan. And I tweeted that they were giving them the business, but they couldn't seal the deal. So, but yeah, man. But all right, I'm gonna get out of here. Just wanted to go off the riff. Um, you guys know how we do. Please subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell. I appreciate y'all for joining me live because I'm trying to get more people live. I'm trying to do more stuff live because I think it's just more fun and I like the conversations. I hate monologuing. I love feeding off of other people. So I appreciate you, Mayor. I appreciate you, bro. You always come through, and I appreciate that. Little G Griffith, I appreciate you jumping in there. Tell your friends about me, and we're going to keep this going. Manefer, if you still listening, I appreciate it, bro. Um, and we're going to keep this thing going. So hit subscribe, click on that notification bell, go to my channel, and click on that top 10 playlist and let it roll. Got to get them watch hours up. You know how we do. But I'm going to get into this San Fran game, chill out, and hopefully watch the Cowboys lose. All right? Let's get out of here. We 5-0.